Well, welcome back to another video. My name's Ev Chapman, and today I'm going to show you how I manage and track my well-being using the daily page in Tana. I don't know about you, but sometimes I'm really bad at looking after myself. I can get into these really obsessive rabbit holes and just push everything back. Like, you know, even things that I know are good for me, like taking breaks on the computer or going out for a walk or doing all of those things. Sometimes I can just ignore it all if I'm really focused in on something. So I decided to set up my daily page in Tana to coach myself on what things I should do each day to make me feel good. And I know that some people schedule well-being time in, or maybe they schedule their daily walk or that kind of thing. My rebellious brain is not like that, okay? If it's scheduled in, I'm probably going to ignore it and not do it. So what I needed was a way to bring up some kind of like well-being activities that I could maybe choose from, and I could have the flexibility, and I feel like I'm choosing what I'm doing depending on what I need. So let me show you how I get this set up in Tana, and hopefully it's helpful for you. All right, so when you're in your daily page, wherever it is, you're gonna wanna come and start to think about some of the activities that for you are well-being activities. So for me, some things would be like, I know that drinking water is good for me, so I'm gonna put drink water. I know that going for a walk is also good for me. Makes me feel good. Going for a walk. Some other things I do are things like breath work, meditation, even like phone a friend, right? So I just have a big long list of that. So start to think through all the different activities that make you feel good or are good for you. And then what I do is I'm going to add a super tag to each of these. So we're just going to say here that this is a well-being activity. All right. So you want to have the hashtag well-being activity. We're going to create that. And now you can see that's tagged there. And we're going to do the same for each of these. You can actually select all of these and then go Command K and then add a tag. And you're going to see all of them get added as a tag. So that is step one. Just make a list of all of your different wellbeing activities and tag them with the super tag wellbeing activity. Okay, so once you've done that, now we want to configure our daily page to have a field where all of these activities come up and we can actually choose from them, okay? So if you're on your daily page, you just click on the day tag, whatever that is for you, and go configure. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add a field. So we're going to go shift and the arrow, and we're going to call this, what did I do to feel good today? All right. Now, when I'm using my daily page, I like to use it as a bit of a way to coach myself. I like to kind of, rather than just say like well-being activities, like that's not very inspirational. So I want to say like, okay, what did I do today? Or you can, if you want to coach yourself, say, what did you do today to feel good? So what we're going to do is we're going to, in this field, put a find node. Okay, so we're going to go Command K. We're going to go find nodes with the tag wellbeing activity, and we're going to view it as a list, and we're going to say here wellbeing activities. And so what's going to happen is every time we create a new day, we're going to see the what did you do today field. So you see it here, and you're going to see wellbeing activities, and then if you open that up, you see all your activities here. And so all I do is I just pull them up into the field. Okay. So I did breath work today, I did meditation today, and I drank water today. So once I've done that, then I've got a whole heap of things I did today that make me feel good. But sometimes I don't even really know exactly what I need, or I don't know kind of what I want to do. And so I actually have two more things that I add in here that help me to kind of get out of that funk and kind of coach myself in like, what do you need to do today to feel good? One side of it, which is like, how am I feeling right now? And what well-being activity is going to help me get out of that? So I just create a whole heap of type of feelings. Okay, so sometimes when I'm not looking after my well-being, I'll have feelings of stress, overwhelm, you know, maybe angry or frustrated. So I put some of those in, right? So let's say like overwhelmed. And so you're just going to come here and just type these in. And you're going to give this a super tag of feeling. And we'll put some others in. Yes, sometimes I do feel angry. Let's say frustrated. Oops. Okay, so you're just going to have a heap of those in here. Even, you know, tired is a feeling. And then we're going to have another one, which is needs. So sometimes I'm asking myself, well, how do you feel? So I feel overwhelmed, so I'm going to do this to get myself out of overwhelm. Sometimes I just want to say like, well, what do I need right now? So we're going to put some needs in. One of those is to create space. So if I feel a little claustrophobic, a little bit like, oh, I just need to like push everything back, that's a need. So then I just put a super tag of needs on that. Then, you know, I'll have a whole lot of others. So I might be another one like to create ideas. Okay, that's a need, and Wellbeing can really help with that. So now you're going to have a whole lot of Wellbeing activities, a whole lot of feelings, and a whole lot of needs. And so now we want to come back and just configure our Wellbeing activity. Tag, configure, and we're going to add 2 fields here. So we're going to go shift and the arrow just to create a field. So in this field, we're going to call this good for when I'm feeling. Okay, and then we're going to add another field, good for when I need. And then in the feeling one, we're going to configure this. We're going to say this is dynamic options. So in here, we're going to do a find. So we're going to go Command K, and we're going to go find nodes with the tag feelings, and we're going to choose it as a list. So what that's going to do is that when we come to our Wellbeing activity, let's say breath work, we're going to now be able to choose a feeling. So breath work for me is good for when I'm feeling overwhelmed. It also might be good for when I'm feeling anxious, for instance. So if you don't have the feeling in there, you can actually add that in and you can tag it as feeling, and it will then come up. And it'll be a list or as part of the list. So you can either choose from the list or you can add a new one. And then we're going to come back and we're going to do the same for the need. So we're going to go here to configure the field. We're going to go dynamic options, and then we're going to go find nodes with the tag. This time we're going to go needs. We're going to view that as a list. And then you'll see here, now we've got a drop down. Good for when we need to, let's say, create space. So then what you end up with is a whole lot of lists of these, okay? So in each of our activities, we can say what this Wellbeing activity is good for, like when I need, or good for when I'm feeling this. So water, good for when I'm feeling tired, okay? It's good for when I need an afternoon pick-me-up, for instance. Same as a walk. That's always good for when I need an afternoon pick-me-up. Also when I need to create ideas. Okay, so for each of the Wellbeing activities, you just configure each of these fields. And a walk is good for when I'm feeling overwhelmed. It's good for when I'm feeling tired. So what's going to happen then? Once you've configured all of that, then when you get to your daily page and you say, what do I need to do today to feel good? You can come to your Wellbeing activities list. So let's say we go to our next day, so you can see a fresh one. All we have to do then is open up our find. And remember I said that there's a reason why I keep this as a find and a default content rather than just having it as a dynamic option list, is because then I can come here to filter and I can say, you know what, right now I'm feeling really tired. What should I do? And this is where your daily page becomes your own coach. Okay, you're literally coaching yourself saying, okay, I'm feeling really tired right now. I should drink some water. Go and drink some water. Or you can clear that and you can say, you know what, right now I need to create some ideas. What should I do? Go for a walk. Great. And you can get out and you can do that. And so that is how I track all of my well-being and I coach myself to make sure that I'm looking after myself every day by having it right there in front of me on the daily page and able to look after my well-being. So if you liked this video, please make sure that you give it a thumbs up. I do videos like this every week about how you can use Tana to really organize and manage all of the information that's coming in and do fun stuff like this, like look after yourself.